Okay, so you want to grow on YouTube, right? You're ready to hit that upload button and see those subscriber numbers climb.
And I bet you're finding a ton of advice out there.
Yeah, it's a lot, right? Like everyone's got the secret formula, the must-do list.
It's a bit overwhelming.
It can be totally overwhelming. So what we're doing in this deep dive is cutting through all that noise.
Exactly.
We're going to zero in on what really moves the needle when it comes to YouTube growth.
And not just like random tips and tricks, but actual insights from successful creators.
Yeah, we're talking about what they actually focus on.
The things that really make a difference.
We'll also look at some common mistakes people make when they're just starting out.
Those pitfalls that could really hold you back.
And most importantly, we're going to unpack some practical strategies you can actually use.
Actionable steps you can take right now to start seeing progress.
Our goal here is to give you a clear roadmap,
A path forward.
so you can stop feeling lost in all the noise and start actually building that audience you're dreaming of.
And making a real impact?
So with all that said, where should we even begin? What's the first thing people need to wrap their heads around?
Well, I think the most fundamental thing is understanding where successful YouTube creators really put their energy.
Okay, so where's that focus? What are the big things they're prioritizing?
The biggest one, I'd say, is creating content that people actually want to watch.
Right, because it's easy to get caught up in making videos about things you're passionate about.
Absolutely. But that doesn't always translate to an engaged audience.
It's kind of like that passion project that no one watches.
Exactly. So it's about shifting that mindset to thinking about what your ideal viewer is actively searching for.
Okay, so instead of just talking about what I love, I need to figure out what problems my audience is facing.
Precisely. Think about it this way. If you're starting out and you make a video titled "A Day in My Life."
It's probably not going to get as much traction as something more specific.
Right. But if you title it "How to Start a Side Hustle Without Quitting Your 9 to 5,
That's directly speaking to a desire that a lot of people have.
it's solving a problem. And that's way more likely to get clicks.
Okay, so we've got the content idea down. Now, how do we actually get people to watch the thing?
This is where your titles and thumbnails come in.
Ah, the first impression.
Exactly. Their whole purpose is to grab attention instantly.
And make it crystal clear what the video is about.
And why someone should click on it.
So it's not just about having a pretty thumbnail.
Well, a visually appealing thumbnail definitely helps,
Sure.
but it's really about communicating value quickly and clearly.
Okay, so what are some tactics that work well for thumbnails?
One thing's to use bold text that's easy to read, even on a small screen.
So no fancy fonts that are impossible to decipher.
Right, and make sure there's high contrast between the text and the background.
So it really pops out in a sea of other videos.
Exactly, and don't be afraid to use engaging facial expressions in your thumbnail images.
You mean like actually showing some emotion?
Yeah, a surprised face,
Yeah.
a happy face, even a confused face, it can really draw people in.
And what about the text in the title? What are some things to keep in mind there?
Being specific with numbers can be really effective.
So instead of saying make money online, which is super vague,
You could say something like $7,500 per week using this simple method.
that's way more attention grabbing and it feels a lot more believable.
Exactly, and it gives people a clear idea of what they can expect from the video.
Okay, so we've talked about creating sought-after content and making it clickable.
Right, those are two big ones.
What's the third piece of the puzzle when it comes to YouTube success?
I'd say the third essential element is really understanding your audience and what makes you unique.
You mean like my unique selling proposition?
Yeah, your USP,
Okay.
what sets you apart from everyone else creating content in your space.
I feel like USP is such a marketing term, though. How does that actually apply to someone with a personal YouTube channel?
It's really about figuring out what makes you the go-to person for your specific niche.
So thinking about my background, my personality, my experiences, all that.
Exactly, and asking yourself, why should people care about what you have to say?
Are you solving a problem in a different way?
Right, are you offering insights from a perspective that no one else has?
Or maybe it's just about the way you present information.
Like your personality is super engaging, and that's what keeps people coming back.
So it's about finding my specific angle.
Precisely. And one exercise that can help you with this is to list 3 things you genuinely enjoy doing,
Okay, got it.
and then list 3 things you're really good at.
And see where those lists overlap.
Exactly. That intersection is often a goldmine for uncovering your unique angle.
Interesting. Okay, I like that.
And once you have a better sense of that, it's really helpful to create a concise mission statement.
Like a guiding principle for your channel.
Yeah, something like, I help specific audience achieve specific result by specific method.
Okay, so it's really laser focused.
It helps you stay on track and communicate your value clearly to your audience.
And I think a lot of new creators, they look at these massive YouTube channels.
The Mr. Beast, the Alex Hormozis.
Exactly. And they think, okay, I need to be just like them.
Right, and that's a trap.
But that's setting yourself up for failure almost.
It can be, because those creators, they're at a completely different stage in their journey.
They've got established audiences, resources, years of experience.
And when you're just starting out, you're not there yet.
It's like comparing apples to oranges.
Exactly. So instead of trying to replicate their success, focus on finding your own voice.
And connecting with a smaller, more targeted audience.
Building that foundation first.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So instead of aiming for those viral sensations right away,
Right.
what are some practical strategies that beginners can actually implement?
What a really effective strategy is to embrace the mindset of a human guinea pig.
A human guinea pig. Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's all about choosing specific areas you want to improve in.
So like picking a skill you want to master.
Exactly. Then you learn from experts in that area, experiment with different methods, and share your journey with your audience.
So you're basically learning and growing alongside them.
Exactly. You're showing them your successes and your failures.
And that makes you relatable.
It builds trust and authenticity because you're not pretending to be the ultimate expert.
You're just being real about the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what people connect with.
I love that approach. It takes the pressure off having to be perfect from day one.
Totally. Now, beyond that, there are some more technical aspects that can really elevate your videos.
You mean like equipment and stuff?
Well, you don't need to go out and buy all the fancy gear right away.
Okay, good, because that can be intimidating.
But prioritizing good audio and decent lighting can make a huge difference.
It makes your videos look way more professional.
Even if you're just starting out,
So if I'm on a tight budget, what should I invest in first?
a quality microphone for sure.
Over a camera.
Viewers are much more forgiving of lower video quality if they can hear you clearly.
Okay. Audio noted. What about lighting?
Natural light is your best friend when you're starting out.
So filming by a window during the day?
Exactly. And if you're filming in the evening or you don't have good natural light,
What the?
a simple softbox can really step up your lighting game.
And those aren't super expensive, right?
Nope. You don't need a complex studio setup to get started.
That's good to know. Okay, so we've got the gear side covered. What about the actual creation process?
Yeah.
Any tips for making it feel less overwhelming?
The key is to prioritize delivering value in your content.
Okay.
And don't get bogged down in trying to make your first videos absolutely perfect.
So don't spend hours and hours editing.
Exactly. Your time is better spent creating more valuable content.
So focus on the core message over fancy editing tricks.
Absolutely. And, editing is something you can always outsource later on.
When you've got more time or resources.
Exactly. But in the beginning, just keep it simple.
Got it. So what about the time commitment?
Yeah.
Because it feels like you need to be uploading constantly to gain traction on YouTube.
It can feel that way, but it's really about setting realistic expectations for yourself.
Based on the time I actually have available.
Exactly. Don't try to upload daily if you only have a few hours each week for your channel.
It's a recipe for burnout.
Totally. And it's better to have one really good video every 2 weeks.
And a bunch of rushed, low-quality videos every week.
Consistency is important, but quality matters more.
And I think it's easy to get caught up in thinking everything needs to be perfect from the get-go.
Right. We all want to put our best foot forward.
But that can be paralyzing.
It can. So embrace imperfection. Your first videos probably won't be your best work.
And that's okay.
It's totally normal. Even the most successful YouTubers started somewhere.
Their early stuff was probably pretty rough.
It's all about learning and improving with each video you make.
Okay, so just start creating even if it's not perfect. What about branding?
Yeah.
Should I be spending a lot of time on logos and intros and all that stuff?
In the beginning, I'd say don't get hung up on those things.
So no fancy logos or overly produced intros.
Focus on delivering your message effectively and having a consistent visual style.
Like in my thumbnails and the overall look of my videos?
Exactly. And as your channel grows, your brand will naturally evolve.
So content first, let the branding develop organically.
That's the best approach when you're starting out.
Okay. Any other crucial mindset shifts or practical tips for beginners?
I think one of the biggest things is learning to work smarter, not harder.
Because it's easy to get caught in the hustle trap.
It is, but sometimes an hour of focused work each day is more productive.
Then random bursts of activity throughout the week.
It's about being intentional with your time.
And at the end of the day, it always comes back to delivering value to your audience.
That's the foundation of everything,
It's what keeps people coming back.
no matter how fancy your editing is.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned streamlining the content creation process earlier.
Yeah.
Are there actual ways to automate some of that workload? Because it can feel really overwhelming.
Totally. And as your channel grows, exploring ways to automate things can be a lifesaver.
In terms of preventing burnout?
Exactly. Things like automating your email list or even setting up auto replies to comments.
Okay, interesting.
Platforms like ManyChat are great for this.
So comment automation, how does that actually work?
Basically, you set up specific trigger words.
Okay.
So let's say someone comments resource on one of your videos.
Right.
The automation can automatically send them a direct message with the link to that resource.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like an instant response?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can get even more sophisticated with it.
How?
You could set it up to ask viewers to subscribe to your channel before they get the link.
Oh, clever.
Or you can collect email addresses for your newsletter, or even send a follow-up message.
To encourage more engagement.
It's a really powerful way to manage interactions with your audience.
So instead of manually responding to every comment asking for that link,
You can automate the whole process.
that's amazing. And it frees up so much time.
And we've seen people using ManyChat to promote products like, let's say, a notebook on Instagram. And they set up comment triggers that lead to automated sales sequences.
So people comment and it automatically starts a sales conversation.
Yeah. And it can generate significant revenue from a single post.
Wow, that's impressive. And are these automations expanding to other platforms too?
Absolutely. They're now available on TikTok as well.
So it's not just a YouTube thing.
Nope. It's becoming more and more common across social media.
That's awesome. What are some other ways to make the content creation process itself more efficient?
One really effective strategy is to get in the habit of capturing B-roll footage.
B-roll.
It's basically supplementary footage of your everyday life.
Like what kind of stuff?
It could be you working, cooking, exercising, anything, really.
Even if it seems mundane.
Yeah. Those snippets can be super valuable for adding visual interest to your videos.
So even if I'm just sitting at my desk working.
Capture it. You can use that footage later to break up talking head segments or add some visual variety.
I like that idea. So I'm building up a library of visuals I can pull from.
Exactly. And it can be a lifesaver when you're feeling uninspired or you don't want to be on camera.
It's like a secret weapon.
It is. And another great tip is to create long-form content first
Okay.
and then repurpose it into shorter pieces for different platforms.
So like a one-to-many approach.
Exactly. Let's say you write a detailed newsletter about a specific topic.
Right.
You could use that as the basis for a YouTube video script.
Okay. I see.
And then you can pull out key points from that video to create threads for Twitter.
Or post for Instagram.
Exactly. One piece of content can have multiple lives.
That's so efficient. Now, what about the visual elements like graphics and thumbnails?
Yeah,
Those can take a lot of time to create.
they can, but you can save a ton of time by creating reusable templates.
For my graphics and thumbnails.
Exactly. Tools like Canva are amazing for this.
So I don't have to start from scratch every time.
Nope, you can save your brand's colors, fonts, and other design elements.
And just plug in the new information.
It streamlines the whole process, and it makes it easier to delegate those tasks later on.
If you hire a virtual assistant or something.
Right? Keeps everything consistent and professional looking.
Templates are a must-have, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what about coming up with video ideas in the first place?
Yeah, that can be a challenge.
Sometimes that's the biggest hurdle.
It can be. But this is where AI tools like ChatGPT can be really helpful.
So AI for brainstorming.
Exactly. You can use it to generate potential video topics and even get initial outlines.
Wow, that's cool, but it's not about letting AI take over completely, right?
No. It's a tool, not a replacement for your own creativity.
You still need to add your own unique perspective and insights.
That's what makes your content special.
Okay, and finally, what about scheduling and publishing content? Do
Yeah.
I need a strict content calendar?
I wouldn't say it's essential, especially when you're starting out,
Okay.
but tools like Later Hootsuite Buffer Planoly,
All those scheduling platforms,
they can be super helpful for staying organized.
especially if you're juggling a lot of things.
Exactly. You can plan your content in advance and automate the publishing process.
So I'm not scrambling to get things out at the last minute.
And using task-specific time blocking can be really effective too.
What's that?
It's basically dedicating certain blocks of time each week to specific tasks.
So like Mondays for filming, Wednesdays for editing, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It helps you stay on track and avoid feeling overwhelmed.
All of these automation and efficiency tips are amazing. I feel like I can actually breathe now.
Good. It's all about making this sustainable in the long run.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked a lot about growing on YouTube.
Right.
But how does that connect to the bigger picture of making money and building a more secure financial future?
That's a great question, and it's something a lot of people overlook.
Like, they think YouTube is just about views and subscribers.
But it can be so much more than that.
It can be a real pathway to financial freedom.
It can. But it's important to understand that a strong online presence through content creation
Whether it's on YouTube or other platforms.
can be a powerful part of a bigger income strategy.
So YouTube is one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. And content creation itself opens up several avenues for monetization.
Like what?
Well, we've talked about ad revenue through the YouTube Partner Program,
Right.
but you can also secure sponsorships with brands that align with your audience.
Okay, that makes sense.
And affiliate marketing is another great option.
Where you recommend products and earn a commission.
Exactly. And all of this comes back to creating valuable content that resonates with your target audience.
Because the more engaged your audience is.
The more attractive you are to sponsors, and the more likely people are to buy through your affiliate links.
Okay, so my YouTube channel can help me earn money directly.
Yes, but it can also support other income-generating activities.
Like what kinds of things?
Well, if you have specific skills or expertise in a certain area,
Yeah.
building an audience on YouTube can be a fantastic way to attract clients for freelance work.
Oh, so I can showcase my abilities through my content.
Exactly, and position yourself as an expert in your field.
That's really cool. And what if I'm interested in starting an online business?
Your YouTube channel can be a powerful marketing tool for that too.
No matter what kind of business it is.
Whether it's e-commerce, drop shipping, selling digital products, or running an affiliate marketing website.
YouTube can help me drive traffic and build trust with potential customers.
It's like a central hub for all your ventures.
I like that a lot. And what if I'm someone who loves making things?
If you're creative and you enjoy making things, your YouTube channel can be a great platform to sell your products.
Whether it's handmade items, artwork, vintage finds.
Exactly. You can even create content that documents your creative process.
And build a community around your products.
It's a really powerful way to connect with potential buyers.
Okay, so we've got direct monetization through YouTube and then using YouTube to support other businesses.
Right.
What about leveraging my knowledge and expertise directly for income?
That's a fantastic option too, especially if you've established yourself as an authority in a certain niche.
Through my YouTube content?
Exactly. You could create and sell online courses on platforms like Udemy Teachable or Skillshare.
So I'm basically teaching people what I know.
And you've already got a built-in audience who trusts you.
Because they watch my YouTube videos.
Exactly. And you can also offer coaching or consulting services.
Through platforms like Clarity.fm or LinkedIn.
It's a high-value way to monetize your expertise.
Okay, so YouTube can help me become an online educator or consultant.
Absolutely. It's a launch pad for so many different opportunities.
And we can't forget about passive income streams.
Right. Those are the holy grail.
We talked about affiliate marketing.
Which is a great way to earn passive income from your YouTube content.
But it can also be a standalone strategy.
Exactly. And for longer-term financial goals.
Like real estate investing.
You can document your journey on YouTube and build an audience interested in that topic.
While you're working towards your own goals.
It's a win-win.
It's all about building a diversified portfolio of income streams.
And a strong YouTube presence can play a key role in that.
Okay, so we're generating all this income, now what?
The final piece of the puzzle is managing that money wisely.
So it's not just about making more money.
It's about making it work for you.
Okay, so what are the key things I should be doing?
First, save a good chunk of your earnings.
Got it.
Treat a detailed budget so you know where your money's going.
Track my spending.
Exactly. And automate your savings and investments.
So it happens without me having to think about it.
And consider reinvesting some of your earnings back into your YouTube channel or other business ventures.
To fuel further growth.
Exactly. And you could even document this whole financial journey on your YouTube channel.
So it's like a meta level of content creation?
It is. And it can be really engaging for your audience.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
What's the single most important takeaway from this deep dive for someone who's serious about growing their YouTube channel?
And building a more secure financial future.
Yeah, what's the one thing they should remember?
I'd say the most important thing is that sustainable growth on YouTube and building financial well-being.
They're both built on two key principles.
Delivering value to your audience.
Consistently.
And working efficiently to make the most of your time and resources.
Value and efficiency.
Those are the pillars of success.
I love that. Okay, so As our listener is thinking about everything we've talked about,
Yeah.
what's one concrete action they can take right now?
I'd encourage them to identify the one insight from this conversation that really resonated with them
The thing that clicked.
and think about how they can implement it immediately.
Okay, so take action.
And beyond that, I'd challenge them to really define their unique value proposition.
What specific value can they offer to their audience?
And how can building a strong YouTube presence open doors to multiple income streams?
And ultimately lead to long-term financial security. So much good stuff to think about and put into action. Thanks so much for taking this deep dive with me.
It's been my pleasure.
Really appreciate your insights. Okay, so for everyone listening out there, go out there and start creating, deliver that value, work smarter, not harder, and build that amazing YouTube channel you've been dreaming of.
You got this. Until next time.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep crushing it.
Restful riches, they're floating up high. Passive income steady, no need to ask why. Wealth is growing with each move you make. Invest with wisdom, don't hesitate or break. Educate yourself, don't settle for less. Get that knowledge, be your own success. Set yourself free, let the money flow. Stress-free living, that's how you grow. Restful riches, it's the life you'll see. Passive income, it's your destiny. Time for you to rise, leave the debt behind. Success is easy with the right state of mind. Stocks or real estate, make the right call. When you're educated, you can have it all. Long-term growth, let the patience be your guide. Watch your wealth build with each stride. Paying down debt, that's the first thing to do. Put your future in focus, make it shine through. No stress, no rush, just take your time. Wealth building's a rhythm, so let it rhyme. Restful riches, it's the life you'll see. Passive income, it's your destiny. Time for you to rise, leave the debt behind. Success is easy with the right state of mind. Every step you take, you're making it right. Peace of mind and the future's so bright. Building with patience, knowing you're free. Wealth is yours, just wait and see. Restful riches, it's the life you'll see. Passive income, it's your destiny. State of mind. Restful riches building high. Live your dream, reach for the sky. Passive income, wealth on your side. Stress-free living with your heart open wide. Diversify, don't put all in one. The path to wealth is a journey begun. Crypto's dividends and bonds that yield multiple streams, your future sealed. Consistency is key, let time be a friend. Don't chase the quick wins, let your wealth ascend. Compound interest